Hey, sorry, this video might be a bit scattered. I just have a few notes and I'm just sharing some random thoughts I had. Um, but I saw something that Destiny said on his Twitch stream, which interested me. When he was talking about morality and the importance of living by one's principles, he talked about how there's going to be moments in your life where you can benefit or you can stand by the things you believed. An example he gave was deciding not to abort his son Nathan, right? So he talks about how these are the moments which really matter and can really define how you think about yourself and the type of person you are. And he wants to go to bed like every night proud of who he is and what he does, not like full of shame or guilt. At the end of the day, he basically wants to be able to look at himself and not feel like he has to look away. So I just wanted to share some thoughts, but I should say these are like just my understanding of what he said and the thoughts that kind of flowed from it. Like nothing I'm saying here is meant to like be applied onto him or his life or be a critique of anything he says, right? So there's always something kind of like heroic about standing for your morals at some personal cost, right? Like we see all sorts of superheroes like standing for what they believe in or standing for the earth or whatever, and they're like just like suffering through it, right? And I mean, when they're morals that we as a society agree with, that is when people who do this are called heroes. Otherwise they'll be like villains, right? But in a lot of ways we're kind of like shaped by the stories we hear, and this heroism story is like super common, especially in Western society, but not just in the West. I think we generally like to think that we'll be defined by these individual decisions where right and wrong is on a razor's edge and you have to like push through and do what's right? And there will definitely be parts of our life where these sorts of decisions will come up. There's obviously going to be big decisions which you'll have to face. But we also do have to think about the smaller decisions, the ones we make every day. Like, in my experience at least, well, of course the big things can hang over me. It's the little things which always trigger these emotions. If I'm not getting enough sleep, if I'm thirsty, that sort of thing. Being human, obviously, there's always going to be like things which I regret, things which haunt me, even though that's a bit dramatic. But it's the little things which I do which kind of can form a solid baseline to be able to process those big things and deal with them effectively. That said, there's always something alluring about having strong convictions. Not only is like this idea good in society, it's seen as good in society, it also provides a lot of meaning to people, right? I don't know if I have the willpower to be someone like that, at least not right now. But there are, things I believe in. I have like a moral system. But I feel like a lot of the things I've done in my life is just figuring out how to best live out those principles with my limited willpower, right? With my limited energy. While, amazing feats of heroism are great, they're just that amazing, right? We can't just wake up one day with tons of conviction and willpower. Of course, you can like change your amount of willpower and things like that, but it's not really something that happens overnight. But there are still things I believe in, so I just try to do the best I can. Best I can is a bit of a weird phrase. Like, normally when we say that, we're referring to willpower, like, okay, the best I can is like really trying super hard, but what I'm talking about is a bit more calculated than that. It's not so much about the amount of effort you're expending, it's about optimizing that effort. So for me, generally, like, thinking is pretty easy. I think it's probably pretty easy for most people, right? Especially if it's like something I'm detached from, right? Like, I can detach myself from it and it's not like emotionally draining. So generally I try to maximize the things I want within the constraints I have, right? So like deciding between doing X thing or Y thing, even if both of them might like give me the sorts of things I want, like the sorts of things I want in society, sometimes I might have to pick because I know I don't have the energy or the willpower to do both of them, right? I don't know if this applies to others, but basically what I'm saying is that while applying willpower to do difficult but moral things is cool, I don't know if that's the way like most people go about things. And at the end of the day, after I've picked up this sort of optimization strategy, I feel infinitely like more effective than I would like trying to force myself to be a hero, right? But yeah, I mean, those were my just some thoughts I had. I don't know if it made sense or anything, but yeah, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, bye.